First reactions for A Quiet Place Part 2 are out. We're going to find out, do these reactions validate the nervousness I have for this film, or am I tripping? I'm excited about A Quiet Place Part 2. Unfortunately, we still have 2 weeks to go before the official release, but I'm going to read off the first reactions to see if it fuels our excitement or pisses on them. So let's get right into it. I want to start with Chris. He tweeted out, "The use of sound in A Quiet Place Part 2 is still so vital in what could easily have been a retread. At John Krasinski finds unbelievably creative ways to keep the movie's niche from getting stale. The entire cast is fantastic and it's riveting from top to bottom." Um, so apparently one of the things I was nervous about, which I discussed in my review prediction, is there's too much dialogue. One of the things that worked for the first Quiet Place is how quiet it was and the tense moments that it created and the spare use of dialogue. It seems like, from what he's hinting at, it keeps that. And like he said, in what could easily have been a retread, he found creative ways to keep that from getting stale. So that's encouraging to hear. Kate, she tweeted, "A Quiet Place Part 2, a worthy world expanding follow-up that builds on the original and finds its own thrills, chills, and emotions in the process. Audiences should still be banned from eating crunchy snacks during any and all screenings." Yes, I am not eating. I learned my lesson in the first Quiet Place. I'm not eating this time when I watch the second one, because I'm telling you, every time I crunched on popcorn, I felt like I was gonna get somebody on screen and in the theater killed. So I'm with you. Don't eat no crunchy snacks. I wouldn't recommend it anyway. Yeah. So expansion. They go a little bit into the creature's origin story. Now I don't know how deep, but that's a good thing to hear. Joseph, "Holy crap, At Quiet Place movie is a hell of a ride. The movie's over and my body is still tense. Kudos to the whole cast for making me feel every emotion with their acting." I'm just calling him Jim Halpert. Jim Halpert knocked it out of the park. That so honestly, as the more we're getting into these reactions, it's fueling my excitement, and honestly, my nervousness, or the nervousness that I had for the movie, honestly is going away at this point, because it seems like they're confirming, and it sounds like they probably was a little questionable or a little nervous going into this movie with the same thing I was worried about. But it seems like Jim Halpert found a way to knock it out of the park. He found a way to keep what worked for the first Quiet Place, and all he did was just add on top of that and kept it creative, kept it new, kept it tense. And man, I'm loving what I'm hearing so far. And this last one is from Steven. "A Quiet Place Part 2 is a great sequel that expands the world. Had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. Movie is an hour and 45 minutes, and when it ended, I wanted more. Is it too early to talk about A Quiet Place 3? Once again, I'm sold. I am excited. Any nervousness I had for this movie is now officially gone, because, like I said in my review prediction, which if you haven't watched, go check that out. Um, yeah, too many. The introduction of more characters, there is a risk of more dialogue, which then it just becomes another movie. And the thing that made A Quiet Place unique is the lack of dialogue. But it seems to me like not only does he still sparsely uses dialogue, the tense situations are still there. He expands the world. He goes a little bit more into the creature's origin, and the movie is an hour and 45, which seems to be a sweet spot because it leaves you wanting more. So, and I don't know, he didn't say, he's not alluding to how the movie ends, but apparently which I figured you can do a part 3, a Quiet Place part 3. And I'm pretty sure you can go into Quiet Place part 4 and just, like, one thing I didn't think about though, who is going to die in this movie? Is anybody from the family from the first one going to die? Because the dad sacrificed himself in the first one. Spoiler alert, I guess, but the movie's been out for a while, so whatever. Will the mom die in this one? Will the brother or the sister die in this one? Because with the way the first one began, with the little brother dying off top, nobody is safe. I think nobody is safe in these Quiet Place movies, and that's one of the things I love about this movie. The first one, we lost a little brother, we lost a dad. In this one, who are we going to lose? That's a question for the ages. But yeah, hour 45 minutes, it leaves you wanting more. That's perfect. You never want to go over your time. I'm looking at you, It Chapter 2. Anyway, Quiet Place Part 3, I ain't seen Quiet Place Part 2 yet. I'm going to be honest with you. I already want a third one. From what I'm reading, I already want a Part 3. And whether this family survives, the family from the first one, whether they survive Part 2 or not, or some of them do and some of them don't, you can do a Part 3 or Part 4 and focus on a different part of the world. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a Quiet Place a TV series. Once they're done with the movies, or however many movies they do, I smell a TV series, because there is so much you can go, like different storylines you can do in this world. And yeah, there's just so much you can do. Anyway, let me know what you think about these reactions, these first reactions. Does it have you more excited? Is your excitement level still the same? Like, you love the first one, so you automatically just thought, like me, the second one is just going to be just as good, if not better? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you have not seen my review prediction for Quiet Place Part 2, the card is up above. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.